Welcome back, Commander. Have you ever wanted to know the lore leading up to Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Do you want to know the backstories of some of your favourite characters? In this video, we'll take a look at Kaiden Alenko. If this is your first time here, I make weekly Mass Effect videos, so if you're a fan of the series, come join the crew by hitting that subscribe button. On the road to Mass Effect Legendary Edition, we're going through the lore in canonical order, and this series starts with the Elusive Man's backstory. Next we come to Kaiden. In Mass Effect 1, Kaiden will retell his story of being on Jump Zero, if you spend enough time to speak with him.
What finally did it?
He hurt a girl, broke her arm. She reached for a glass of water instead of pulling it biotically. She just wanted a drink without getting a nosebleed, you know? Like an idiot, I stood up. Didn't know what I was gonna do.
In Mass Effect Foundation Issue 4, you get to see that full story, and what follows is an abridged retelling of that story. The year is 2168, 17 years before Sovereign will attack the Citadel. A young Kaiden looks out to space of the humans used for biotic potential training facility. When fellow student Raynor approaches from behind, Kaiden muses that he feels so alone out there, with Raynor stating they only have each other. Kaiden is informed by another student that Shelby's secret antenna has been set up, and they're now in a position to smuggle out secret messages to their parents. Rana is unsure about what to do, although it has been around 6 months since she spoke to anyone from Earth. As they walk through the halls, she remembers how they both met when they were dorm buddies and how they called the place Brain Camp. They both arrive at the secret room, with Rana concerned about being caught by their teacher Virinus. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to hit that like button. The following day, Rana and Kaiden are talking about a secret message, but Rana has not sent one for fear of being reported. Ahead of them, in the queue, a student is told that water is being rationed for the day. Just as Kaiden is doubting the signal even works, their trainer, the Turian Virinus, calls an impromptu training session causing a stampede. Kaiden helps Rana from being crushed. As they arrive in the training room, Shelby's the student who had set up the illegal signal the previous night had been tied to a pole. It's clear that Virinus knew what happened and how he would punish everyone for it. He instructs the class that they must use the biotics only to build this structure. Fit a wrong piece and they start over. If a piece falls, they start over, and only when the structure is complete can they have a drink. After several hours, the students start to fall. Virinus demands that he be left and the rest continue. When Rana almost drops a piece, Kaiden catches it. Virinus sees that she's weak and teases her with a cold glass of water just out of reach. Tired and dehydrated, she reaches out for the glass. It was a mistake. Virinus breaks her wrist. Kaiden loses it and hits Virinus with a biotic charge. Virinus, happy with the aggression, fires back, but Kaiden blocks the retaliation. Virinus has closed the gap and he draws a blade, taunting Kaiden to make a move, and with a quick sight, Virinus cuts Kaiden's abdomen. Kaiden unleashes a biotic blast so powerful it sends Virinus flying across the room and breaking his neck as he hits the floor. Students look horrified, and Kaiden reaches out for Rana, but she's fearful and moves away. Should Kaiden have used his powers in this way? Let me know what you think in the comments. Once the dust has settled, Kaiden is led away, having been removed from the academy. Rana agrees to meet with Kaiden just before he leaves. Kaiden tries to explain, but Rana cannot forgive Kaiden for killing Virinus. He scared her, and when the guards attempt to move Kaiden along, Kaiden's temper flares up, at which point Rana slips away. A month later, Kaiden is back on Earth. He shares a beer with his father, who passes on some wise words. The academy was not meant to be, but it was a good lesson for him. Even the right choices have consequences, and as next time his father is sure he's destined for bigger choices. I do like that you get to see Kaiden's true potential in this comic, and if you leave him on Vermite, it kind of brings his story full circle. It's just a shame that we don't get to see or hear of anything of Rana again. To see the backstory of the Elusive Man, click the links on screen now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and thank you to Nerdy Dude for your support. I'll see you next time. Commander.